guys. So, apologies for the lack of videos the past few days. I've been so crazy busy. But yes, I am making a concerted effort to upload today to try and make up for that. I know that has been the story of my life lately, but seriously, it's been on and off between lots of time to film and literally no time to film because of busyness. It's just been weird, fluctuating all over the place. But anyway, so not last night, but the night before, those of you who follow my Twitter may have seen, I can now add to list of life experiences. I have now ridden in a tow truck. This was unexpected, but happened. Let me backpedal a little first, just for leading up to this. I'm still waking up, so yeah, I know I'm not the most articulate today, but about maybe a week and a half ago, something like that, my little sister's car broke down. Worst possible timing ever. She was literally on her way to her final. She's in college. Take her final exams and everything, last one of the course, and her car freaking breaks down on the way there. Not just breaks down, in the middle of the frickin' freeway, wouldn't start. So she calls home, freaking out, what do I do? Oh my god. And Dad's like, you call 911, you try to not get yourself hit, and you call AAA to get a tow. So, yeah, long story short, she missed the final, had to have the car towed home. And he figured, he's a bit of a grease monkey, he can fix cars, and no, for those of you freaking out over the Roseanne tweet, that was not a racial thing by any means. My dad is white. Grease monkey is a nickname for a mechanic for those who are very, very sensitive to certain words these days. But anyway, so he's basically taken apart and fixed cars since he was like 15 or 16 years old. So he was pretty confident he could fix her car himself. So he spent about the past week working on it, and he thought he had it fixed because he got to at least start, he got to where he could drive it up and down the driveway. He figured, cool, fixed it. She assumed, cool, fixed it, but hadn't had an excuse to go out since then. Till, not last night, but 2 nights ago, she was like, hey Dad, remember you were gonna get butane for, my creme brulee, cooking torch, baking torch, whatever the hell you call it. It has a name, I don't know. I don't really cook, as we've all seen with my few baking videos I did. Are you, ever gonna buy that? And he was like, I don't know, where sells it? She's like, I don't know. This has been a thing since Christmas, because she got it for Christmas. And it didn't come with the butane. So, the problem is none of us know where it's sold, and you can't buy it online because it's flammable. So, unless you can find somewhere in person that sells it, you're kinda shit out of luck. So she has gone from store to store trying to find it with no luck, and even if she were to have luck, she's not 21, so she wouldn't be able to buy it alone, but at least she'd know where would have it to either bring him, or me or something, to go with her to show an ID, and be like, well, I'm over 21, so sell it to her. But anyway, so she's like, well, I looked on the Walgreens website and they supposedly have it, so will you go with me? And he's like, no, not today. And then all of a sudden I had the realization of, I'm over 21, I have an ID card, why don't I just go with you? As long as you don't expect me to pay for it, I'll show an ID, I don't give a shit. So we hop in the car, and we make it down the street, literally on the street, off the corner of ours. We've made it about that far, and all of a sudden her car, and I was like, I know I don't drive, but that's not normal, is it? And she just had, this look of PTSD on her face, and she's like, this is what it did right before it died on the freeway, and she starts freaking the fuck out, right? But she made it down to the end of the street, and into the parking lot, barely, of Walgreens, and her car kinda died right there, in the parking space, which, I guess is a good place for it. So we went Walgreens. I bought some candy because why not? I'm me, so I was like, well, I already made this trip, I may as well get something out of it. So I got myself some Sweet Heat Skittles, and I got myself some Haribo Peaches because we all know how much I love those. So anyway, I got those. She got some nail polish, and then we go ask the clerk, where do you have butane? Oh, I'm new here. I don't even know what that is. Ask my manager. And oh my god, I hate this woman so much. She's the same one that about a year ago, when I was asking about the Lip Smacker Zoom Zooms, she was standing right next to the display, which I hadn't spotted till about halfway through my question. And she's like, I don't know what a lip smacker is. lady, you're in the wrong business if you don't know what anything is in your store or where it lives. And she didn't even try. But, same thing with the butane. She's like, oh yeah, I don't think we sell that here. And my sister got into it with her. It says on the website you've got blah, 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 blah. Whole long thing. Long story short, didn't get the butane because nobody even so much as looked for it or anything. Fine. We go back out to the car. She's fighting with it to make it start. She eventually gets it to start. We get it to pull out of the parking lot of Walgreens. And then she realizes, oh shit, I used the wrong exit. We can't make a left turn here to go home. We have to go that way and go back around. So, okay, we make a right. She pulls into the Safeway parking lot and is about to turn around. She's in between the two lanes, and the car frickin' dies. I was like, oh shit. And again, she's between both lanes of traffic. And there's cars pulling up behind her, slamming on their horns and stuff, honking at her, and she's just like, I don't know what to do. And she falls down, Dad, it happened again. He's like, well, call 911, call AAA, I don't know what to tell you. Do you still have Jennifer with you? And I was like, where the hell would I go? It's 10 at night. You think I'm going to walk home in the dark and get mugged, kidnapped, raped, killed? Yeah, no. I'm staying in the friggin' car. So, yeah, that. Anyway, so we're in this car, and this particular evening brought out the better side of humanity for the most part, because seemingly almost like every other man that, like, drove up next to the car was like, do you need help? Do you want me to help push the car over to a parking space over there? And she kept saying, no, AAA's on the way. It was like, dude, people want to help you. And after about the 6th or 7th person asking, she was like, actually, yeah, that probably would be a good idea. I'm like, we could have been out of the lanes of traffic for like the past 45 minutes, but you had too much pride. Now you decide that it's okay. Fine, whatever. I'm just happy to not be like in constant mortal terror that we were going to get hit and die. But, so, okay. Get pushed over to what was in front of a Pete's Coffee, which, I mean, I suppose if there's anywhere to be stranded for a while waiting for a tow truck, that's a pretty good place because free Wi-Fi, and I had my iPod with me, and she had her phone with her, so we're both sitting there, on our devices, sitting there eating our spicy hot Skittles, and then she remembers, hey, there's Wi-Fi here. I have a car stereo. You wanna, like, turn on Spotify? Hell yeah, I do. So, what better thing to put on than the Beatles album Help? Because, you know, we're freaking waiting for help! So, seemed very apropos for the moment. So we're blasting this at 10 at night, which thankfully not a residential area, it's all businesses, so nobody gave a shit. But, even if they had, what was the worst gonna do? A cop gonna show up? We already called them. So, anyways, so we're sitting there, we're waiting for the tow truck. She's like, yeah, but I mean, last time this happened, the guy who drove the tow truck was so nice, and it was a really enjoyable experience. Yeah, not so much this time. This guy seemingly just hated life, hated his job, hated people. Yeah. And there was just like this super, super uncomfortable vibe in the truck while we drove home the entire way, which thankfully wasn't a very long drive, but just the whole way was super uncomfortable. He didn't try to make the tiniest bit of small talk or anything. He just seemed pissed off at the world. And I'm sitting there thinking, I know I'm uncomfortable. Is it a race thing? Is that why I'm uncomfortable? I don't think so. I mean, it's just Mexicans, and my favorite people are Mexican. I don't think that's it. But hearing my sister say, yeah, I was super uncomfortable in there too with this guy. He was nothing like the other guy. I'm like, okay, so it's not a race thing. This guy's just a dick. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. Because I was just like, God, am I that much of a jerk? I don't think I am, but no, apparently this guy just gave off bad vibes in general, so alright, whatever. So, he gets to our driveway, which is a long freaking driveway off the street, and I don't know if this guy was new at his job or just didn't give a shit, but freaking almost took out the mailbox, almost hit several fences, almost ran into shrubs, almost ran into my dad's car. It's like, this is literally your line of work. How is this practically turning into target practice for you with this truck? I noticed the other guy had no trouble pulling in and out of there. He also, for some inexplicable reason, drove in backwards in there, which made no frigging sense. The other guy did not, so it's not like you have to do that with that size of a truck. You don't. There's plenty of room to turn around, but okay, do it your way, do it the hard way. It was just really weird and very nerve-wracking the whole time, being like, oh my god, please don't hit things, please don't hit every little single thing, please stop. Yeah, this guy just didn't give a shit, didn't care if he hit things. Screw it, it's not his problem. Yeah, one of those. He's one of those. It's like, well, if there were anywhere to leave poor feedback for the guy, I would love to know, except I don't think we even had, like, so much as a first name to go on, so I don't know how we would report the guy, but yeah, this guy just... Yeah, I feel like he needs to be written up for the practically making target practice out of our personal property, but whatever. So at least we made it home in one piece. Her car made it home in one piece. Still won't frickin' run. So now my dad at least took it to a mechanic to see if they can make it run. To be fair, her car is older than she is. She got a really good price on it because it had, like, no miles on it, but now we're finding out possibly why. So it's like, great. I don't think she can afford a second car. She barely was able to afford the first, only because Dad went in halfway with her, and that was, like, her graduation present from high school, so... Yeah. Anyway. It's a bad, confusing situation, and she is not enjoying being trapped at home without a way to and from school and to and from work. She only got, like, a few days off of school, and her new classes have already started up, and she's like, now what? How am I supposed to get there and back? I don't have enough money saved up to just take Ubers everywhere. I can't do it. It's too far. So he's trying his best to work with her instead of against her when possible, but he can't do it on every trip, but it just sucks. It really sucks, because it was like, it's a good little car, but oh my god, what the hell's wrong with it? This is like the whole drama that happened with my brother's car when he got it, where freaking nobody could figure out what the hell was wrong with it, because it did very similar too. But it was even older, so that one made sense. That was like a hand-me-down of a hand-me-down car. This one, I think, only had one previous owner, and it was like a company car, but still, now I can say I've ridden in a tow truck. Not that that's any point of personal pride or anything, it's just, well, that is a thing I can say I have done, I guess, but wasn't that exciting. It was just nerve-wracking. If I had to have ridden in one, it would have been more fun to ride in the other one, apparently, but oh well. But yeah, basically sucks to be Kimmy right now, because not only did her car die, bring us to yesterday, she ended up in the ER! Oh boy! Again! For her head, again. Those who've been here with me on my channel for years now know she's been in and out of the ERs, been in and out of children's hospitals and things, trying to figure out what the hell is causing the just constantly worsening migraines and seizures that have been, like, hitting her left and freaking right for years on end, to where they've had her doped up on pain pills since she was a little kid because they're so debilitating for her. And still nobody can figure out what the hell's wrong with her, and now, she made the very amateur mistake of reading WebMD, and now she's convinced she has MS, and it's like, I don't think you have MS. She's like, yeah, but I'm about the age that people are when they usually get diagnosed with it. I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. I don't think you have MS. Calm down. If you do, I will eat my words and be very apologetic, but I don't think you do. She finally got to see a neurologist, like, last week, but he sounds like he was smoking dope, because he was pretty much claiming, oh yeah, well, I mean, you've been on so many meds since you were a little kid that these are probably just, like, rebound headaches, and you shouldn't take meds for them. It's like, how is she supposed to be a functional member of society without something to mitigate these? Even with the meds, she can barely function. She can't just quit her job and quit school and cry for the next god knows how many years while she gets it all out of her system. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work for anybody here. So I don't know what he expects from her. Anybody who deals with chronic migraines, if you have any suggestions of what could be causing it, of what she could be doing differently, what she could be prescribed differently, anything would be helpful, because we don't know. I mean, we ruled out that at least she's not another one in the family with a brain tumor or anything. They did x-rays, she has no brain tumors, so knock wood that stays the same, at least she didn't follow these footsteps. But yeah, no. She's okay on that regard, but that also leaves the big question of, well, what is wrong with her then? And nobody freaking knows. None of the doctors she's been taking to have been able to figure this out. Kind of like the drama with me since I was a little kid of nobody can figure out which autoimmune disorder I've got. We know it's not AIDS, but they know something's definitely wrong. They just can't seem to pinpoint which one. They just know that my system's fucked and likes to attack itself nonstop all the time. Same thing, but they don't know which one it is, so they don't really know how to treat it. She's kind of in that same boat, just with migraines and not autoimmune disorders, which I wouldn't wish those on anybody, but at the same time, oh god, that doesn't sound fun either. So, you know, everybody's felt something, but yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days, needless to say. So, is there really a point to this update? No, not really, other than I rode in a tow truck. That was a thing. It was loud and clunky and kind of freaked me out every time it made a weird noise, but yeah, that is one of those things nobody really thinks about until they're, like, actively in one for the first time. It's like, I am in a tow truck. Okay, didn't think this was a turn that my evening was going to take, but okay. So, I mean, it sucks for her, but, at least it wasn't my car, but then again, I also don't have a car, so there's that. So, anyways, again, this vlog has no freaking point. I just wanted to touch base, let you know where I've been, in addition to just working crazy freaking amounts of hours on stuff the past couple days to try and catch up on things. So, anyways, I will try to be back for real later with more videos for you guys, but at least if nothing else, I'm getting a vlog up today. There's something going up on the channel. So, till next time. See ya.